for the governor. Does this look tacky to have this up here?
It's water.
Do we need to
I
get
can.
the
I'll
governor
take
over
it
here?
from you if you're worried about it. But
No, as long as it doesn't. Well, for photo, I tell you what. Oh, I'll put it under here.
okay.
Yeah. Does my hair look okay, Bailey? I need to do anything to it. Okay. There's Holly. Don't let her leave without saying hello.
Okay.
Yes. I was waiting for the governor, though. Shall I sing something?
That might be something we can hear.
But nobody can hear me. Oh, yes. Hello.
Should I come on that side? Yes, I think so.
Hello, beautiful.
I'm Janelle.
Pam Northern.
Very
So
nice to
to
meet
meet you. Thanks so much for coming tonight,
thank
honoring
you.
these incredible educators. Oh my gosh.
Happy to do it. Appreciate you all opening the space to us and just the hospitality.
I
And
met it.
people always feel your warmth, so thank you.
Well, that's our ultimate goal, is to make sure everyone feels welcome.
Absolutely.
It's their home.
It absolutely.
I'm making jokes about singing.
Oh. They're together.
Pulling both over. EPM has been such a wonderful partner for us. They've done so many wonderful education, even at the beginning of the pandemic, and we were so worried about the children. We called them and said, can you do something to reassure the children? And they were right here, right there. There he is.
Let's do this.
Okay, you want to light this candle? You want me to call the governor over?
It is. Exactly. These are the kinds of things that we look forward to.
That's Dr. Wilson. Typically, yes.
Yay, Dr. Wilson.
Asking, yes, I'm happy to do that. So as I read
Do you need me to go get the governor?
the script, it has me invited them to stand next. And so if they stand here, and then I will hand them their plaque, I'll figure it out. You know, maybe the first one might be. Actually, that would be great. And in fact, it might be easier if you hand them the plaque. They stand here, you hand them the plaque. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course we did.
Very beautiful fall colors. In the background with the
We're in our
pumpkin.
spring colors instead of our fall colors.
They're gorgeous fall leaf colors. You want me to get the hug? Are we on? Good evening, everyone. I know you are waiting on pins and needles, so we're so excited to get this going. Now, this is so typical of my fellow teachers and humble educators because they're all way back there. So you all, this is for you. It's about you today, so come on down. Y'all come on to the front because this is about you. Come on.
Getting the camera shot.
I know, they're camera shy. That's okay. Come on. We've got some brave winners. Come on, y'all. Come on up. This is all about you. And family and friends, come on, move in. I know you're proud. You want to be able to see and hear everything. So please come on in. Well, good evening and welcome to the oldest continuously lived in executive mansion in the United States. And I had the great privilege of meeting our amazing winners earlier this evening, actually, this afternoon. We took a little tour of the Executive Mansion, and they were very good listeners, which is very important in teachers, I would think, that they give as good as they get. So we really appreciate them coming today. This is one of the governor's and my favorite events, and we've loved attending it at the VMFA, but it's especially wonderful to have you all here and to welcome you to our home and to your home, the Executive Mansion, here at the Commonwealth of Virginia. We are so proud of our superhero educators. What a year and a half, 2 years this has been for you all, and we cannot tell you how grateful we are that you have taken such wonderful care of our young people during this difficult time. And now we have all school divisions back to in-person learning. They're learning. I've never seen such incredible joy on the faces of our students before, and it's all because of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. And that's what we're here for tonight, is to honor you and your outstanding achievements. So we know we appreciate all that you've done, but you all go above and beyond. And I'm so excited for everyone to hear your wonderful stories today. And I know you're anxious to get on with this. So I will, and you know, I forgot, I was going to mention one thing about the governor. So he used to say that I can name every teacher I've had since kindergarten. And so one day I called him on it, and I said, oh, yes, you can. Let me hear it. And he did it. He actually did do it. He remembers the name of every single one of his teachers, which I think is amazing, but that's how much his teachers meant to him and how much credit he gives them for where he is today and for the work he's done. So we have lots of happy helicopters flying by on a regular basis, which is wonderful. So I get the great privilege today of not only thanking you all and welcoming you to our home, but also to introduce someone who's very special. I thought that was going to be a lot quicker. I'm sorry, it takes a while to land on that tiny landing pad over there at the hospital. We'll give it a minute. So I get to introduce someone very special. So this gentleman did his undergraduate master's studies in North Carolina, and then he got some sense and came to do his doctorate work at the University of Virginia. Please help me to welcome Dr. James Lane, our wonderful superintendent of all superintendents.
Good to see you. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you, First Lady Northam, for that kind introduction and for having us all here this evening. We are here to celebrate excellence in teaching, and we have in front of you right now the 8 best teachers in the state. So congratulations to all of you. We're going to recognize each of you individually in just a moment. But I just want you to know that your talent, your resilience, your commitment to students and education during this time, especially during this pandemic, is truly appreciated. And we thank you so much, and we congratulate you on being the best in your regions and in your communities back home. I have a few people I want to recognize as well, and hopefully we won't have any more helicopters, but I'll tell you, I work in that 25-story building that's just right back here, and that helicopter flies right by my window. That's pretty cool, I got to tell you, when that happens. But first, I want to thank our new Assistant Superintendent for Teacher Education and Licensure, Dr. Joan Johnson. Joan came to us after Patty Pitts, who many of you know, retired after over 40 years in the Department of Education. And Joan, I won't say you had big shoes to fill, but Joan has stepped in and just done a phenomenal job. And I just want to thank you for this amazing event, and thank you for making sure the weather was perfect. I also want to thank members of Joan's team, Janelle Torbert, Quaytita Wilhoit, Elizabeth Wildauer, and Amanda Blunt, for your role in helping make this event great as well. And like I said, this is just beautiful and exceeded everyone's expectations. So thank you to the team that put this together. The road to this evening involves a host of teachers and leaders around the state. And we actually brought these sirens for you to celebrate you.
That's right.
And to make sure you know how important the fire department and the police feel about teaching as well. No, I'm just kidding. But the road this evening involves a host of teachers and leaders around the state. Local divisions nominate and select a Division Teacher of the Year, and then a panel representing all of the professional associations and other educational group reviews portfolios submitted by those division level winners in order to select the 8 Regional Teachers of the Year. They're actually pulling in here. It's a celebration. There you go. There you go. So I want to congratulate all those division teachers of the year as well, and thank our superintendents, those that facilitated the process to get us here to this point. But each of you got through the selection panels that led to selecting the regional teachers of the year. We selected the regional teachers of the year, and then we went out and did surprise visits in each of the 8 communities. And I talked to each of the 8 teachers tonight, and they said they were sufficiently surprised when that was announced. We had everybody from Magic Johnson to the governor and the first lady and everyone else involved in making this happen, and so I'm glad we could be here. Before we recognize the 8 teachers, I do have a few sponsors that I want to thank for the evening. Our sponsors include, and if you want to raise your hand if you're a sponsor and you're here, so that folks know you, but the Virginia Lottery, Allen and Allen Law Firm, Liberty University, the Virginia Credit Union, King's Dominion, I know I saw them here, great, yes. The Virginia School Boards Association, the Valerie Bikuvaris Stamatakos, Bunkie Trinity Trophies, Delta Hotels. And so again, thank you to everyone who is here and for all of the support that you give public education. And so thank you to all of you. With that, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, whose job is to recognize our 8 Regional Teacher of the Year. Dr. Jamel Wilson serves as the 5th Dean of the University of Richmond School of Professional and Continuing Studies. Before that, she served as the Superintendent for Hanover Schools. And before that, she was a teacher, a lead teacher, an assistant principal, a principal, and an assistant superintendent. And since that time, Dr. Wilson has been appointed by the to the Board of Education, first by Governor McAuliffe and reappointed by Governor Ralph Northam, who is here tonight. And so with that, Dr. Wilson.
Well, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Thank you, Dr. Lane, for your very kind introduction. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, I want to thank everyone who's made this evening possible. But I also want to take a moment to pause, and we've recognized our 8 Regional Teachers of the Year. But for those of you who are here, I know that there are supports behind you. Many of them are here. And so I want to just pause and thank the support system that each of you enjoy that allows you to do the work every single day on behalf of and with your students. So please join me in thanking the supports here. I have the honor this evening of recognizing our 8 Regional Teachers of the Year and sharing just a bit about each of them with you. In your program, you will find more detailed bios and background information about each of these amazing educational leaders. I encourage you on your time to read that information, as I can't possibly capture all of their accomplishments in my remarks. So as I introduce each one of you, you're already standing here up front, but just wave your hand, maybe the pageant wave, if you will. And we also have a plaque for you, and so we'll make sure that you get that. So without further ado, from Region 1, Mrs. Ashley Bland. Mrs. Bland is an instructional technology resource teacher and ITRT at John B. Carey Elementary School in Richmond City Public Schools. She holds both a bachelor's in biomedical engineering and a bachelor's in physics. Mrs. Bland's experiences at VCU catapulted her into many opportunities to engage with Richmond youth. One of the most meaningful experiences was serving as the pre-college initiative chair for the VCU chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers, the largest student-run organization of its kind in the country. That organization is committed to supporting and retaining science, technology, engineering, and math students of color. She helped young people travel to conferences and competitions with the aim of introducing them to STEM learning opportunities beyond the walls of a traditional classroom. With pride, she witnessed several participants matriculate through her alma mater, VCU. While the recent pandemic and its effects on the education system appeared as barriers to many, Mrs. Bland, in Teaching for the Change, saw an occasion for growth amid unusual circumstances. Her work last year kept families and students engaged in new and creative ways. Please join me in recognizing Ashley Bland. From Region 2, Ms. Daphne Fulson. Mrs. Fulson is a second grade teacher in Chesapeake Public Schools. She was a communication and Spanish education double major with a double minor in social welfare and English. She is completing her master's in educational leadership at ODU and will graduate this coming spring, 22. She holds a National Council for Accreditation of Teacher Education certification from the Teaching English Speakers of Other Languages International Association and holds an International Teaching English as a Foreign Language certificate. Besides her current role in school as a general education teacher of second grade, Ms. Fulson is called on to engage with various communities beyond the classroom, from serving as an NAACP coordinator, to Big Sister volunteer, to a Spanish-English volunteer translator, to a published author of a children's book titled When I Grow Up. Ms. Fulson gives voice to the missions of myriad clubs, organizations, and communities in which she engages. Congratulations. From Region 3, we are very happy to recognize Mr. Robert LaFollette. Mr. LaFollette is a science, mathematics, and career and technical education teacher from Essex County Public Schools. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in physics at Emory and Henry College. You and Ms. Bland can have a physics conversation. And completed initial teaching certification courses from 2007 to 2010 at Rappahannock Community College, Thomas Nelson Community College, J. Sargent Reynolds Community College, and the University of Phoenix. He is in the process of completing a master's degree in mathematics education with Radford University. Mr. LaFollette's prowess in these realms stems from his extensive employment as an engineer. His professional background includes experience as an electro-optical infrared measurements engineer and an Army laboratory engineer, both in association with infrared and night vision systems. Thank you, sir, for your service. From Region 4, Mr. Howard Brewer, Jr. Mr. Brewer currently teaches at the Transition Support Resource Center in Alexandria, Virginia. He represents Fairfax County Public Schools as the Region 4 Teacher of the Year. Mr. Brewer earned his Bachelor of Arts in English at the University of the District of Columbia and subsequently earned both a teacher mentor certification and a MAT system certification with Fairfax County. Throughout his 21-year teaching career, he has worked as a new teacher praxis instructor with the Office of Bilingual Education in Washington, D.C., and has served as a teacher with the Interagency Alternative Schools since 1999. In addition to his academic leadership, Mr. Brewer has enjoyed athletic coaching experience at the high school and university levels, beginning as the assistant coach for men's basketball at the University of the District of Columbia and continuing as the assistant coach for boys basketball at both Flowers High School and Suitland High School. Congratulations. From Region 5, Mr. Matthew Uselton. An esteemed English language arts educator at Liberty High School in Bedford County Public Schools, Mr. Uselton earned his Bachelor of Arts in English Literature in 2000 and a Master's of Arts degree in English Literature in 2002 from the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. His 18-year teaching career has included serving for 3 years as the director for the Center of Humanities at Patrick Henry High School. The past 8 years of his teaching experience included teaching AP English Literature and Composition, AP English Language and Composition, AP Seminar, Dual Enrollment, World Literature 1 and 2, and English 9 through 12. Mr. Uselton's additional academic sponsorship includes serving as assistant drama director, assistant band director, varsity golf coach, varsity boys soccer assistant coach, varsity boys, and do you have time to do anything? Varsity boys and girls tennis coach, and girls junior varsity soccer head coach. His quest for holistically aiding others. Mr. Uselton has served as a certified lay speaker for the Lynchburg District United Methodist Church, and he even composes marching band shows for several local high schools in his area. Representing Region 6, Ms. Ebony Harrington. Ms. Harrington teaches mathematics at Lucy Addison Middle School in Roanoke City Public Schools. Ms. Harrington earned her Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics from Norfolk State University. Behold the green and gold. At the onset of her career, Ms. Harrington taught 5th grade mathematics. She then transitioned onto teaching at the 7th grade level, dedicating the past 4 years of her 6-year teaching career to serving on the faculty of Lucy Addison. Ms. Harrington is the current program coordinator for Aspire to Inspire Her, a girls' empowerment group that fosters a sense of respect in members and in others. Ms. Harrington founded the So Math About It, a mathematically driven program designed to encourage student self-confidence and enhance their mathematical skill set and outlook on the study of mathematics. Congratulations. Ms. Ashley Cannon is representing Region 7. Ms. Cannon is a health and physical education teacher for Smith County Public Schools. She earned a Bachelor of Arts in Athletic Training and Physical Education from Emory and Henry College, where she also volunteered for the school's mentor program. She continued her education and earned a master's degree in rehabilitation, exercise science, and health promotion with a concentration in corrective exercise from California University of Pennsylvania. After earning a certification from VPI, Ms. Cannon is now an educational specialist in educational leadership and policy studies. Her 16-year career includes 11 years in her current position as a health and physical education teacher at Atkins Elementary School. Since 2017, Ms. Cannon also has taught as an adjunct professor at Wytheville Community College. In further service to others, Ms. Cannon is a program manager in cooperation with United Way and Smith County Health Curriculum Development. Also in Smith County, she is involved with the Healthy Community Action Team and Trauma Task Force, her local United Way branch as a volunteer for multiple projects, and Manna Soup Kitchen as a volunteer, and a local food pantry as a volunteer. Congratulations. And representing Region 8, Mr. Brandon Conroy. Mr. Conroy is a revered alternative education teacher with Appomattox County Public Schools. Graduating with merit, Mr. Conroy earned his Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering with an emphasis in nuclear power generation from the United States Naval Academy. In 2001, Mr. Conroy received a Master's of Business Administration with a focus on global management from the University of Phoenix. He completed a University of Phoenix Career Switcher teacher certification in 2020. Mr. Conroy came to the teaching profession after a career of national service that has informed the purpose and style of his teaching. As an officer in the U.S. Navy, Mr. Conroy was responsible for the personal and professional development of young sailors from a variety of backgrounds, integrating them into teams in order to achieve a collective mission. He previously served as a training officer for the 4th Company of the United States Naval Academy and as an academic instructor in the International Military Training Department of the U.S. Naval Aviation Schools Command in Pensacola, Florida. Sir, thank you for your service. As an ISAEP teacher, Mr. Conroy strives to connect with and teach those students who are struggling to find success in a regular high school classroom. Under his program, he helps students earn their GED, develop an understanding of appropriate academic knowledge, as well as the personal, finance, and workplace skills in order to be life-ready. Congratulations. Please join me again in congratulating and recognizing these wonderful educators. Congratulations to each one of you. It's now my honor to introduce our Secretary of Education, Atif Carney. Prior to his appointment as Secretary of Education, Secretary Carney taught at Belleville Middle School in Prince William County, leading courses in civics, economics, U.S. history, and mathematics. He also served as a GED night school instructor. In 2016, Atif was recognized as the Dale City Teacher of the Year. In addition to his work as an educator, Atif is a former sergeant of the United States Marine Corps and was deployed to Iraq in 2003 during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for your service.
Dr. Wilson, thank you so much for the kind introduction, and thank you for your leadership, for being amazing and just everything you do. Good evening, everyone. It's really great to be here. Big congratulations to all of the Regional Teachers of the Year, considering there are 100,000 plus teachers in Virginia. Wow. And we got 8 here, so like, we're in the presence of greatness here, Governor, yes, right? You know, I got the just if you can just kind of put your hand up. This is the best and the most hardest working board. I don't say that lightly. There's a lot of boards that are in the Education Secretariat. They just do so much great work, and their mission to really address the inequities in the Commonwealth of Virginia in education and public education has just been paramount. So really appreciate them. So please give them a big round of applause. I also want to recognize 2 very special guests. Because of the COVID pandemic, we were unable to celebrate them in style like we are today. So we have the Teachers of the Year for the state for the last 2 years. So we have amongst us the 2020 Virginia Teacher of the Year, Andrea Johnson. All right, Andrea. Woohoo! From Salem. And then from Franklin County, we have the 2021 Virginia Teacher of the Year, Anthony Swan. And greatness kind of like attracts to each other, right? You all are. Well, thank you, Andre and Anthony, for everything you do, and thank you for being here tonight with us. You know, and finally, I also want to recognize 9 individuals who had a really tough job. They have these amazing teachers, and a panel comes together every year to figure out who is going to represent the Commonwealth as the Teacher of the Year, as Andre and Anthony have the last 2 years. It's a really tough job, so be nice on them, because in our mind everybody's great, but these 9 individuals are leaders in the Commonwealth, and they were in the selection process and looked at all of the teachers very carefully. So Dr. Andrew Bouquet is from the Virginia Association of Elementary School Principals. Andrew, I don't know if you're here today. I didn't see him. He's from Prince William, so I'm a little bit biased. Pam Kroom, I didn't see Pam, but she's the president of the Virginia PTA. Pam, are you here? Dr. James Fetterman for Virginia Education Association. Thank you, Dr. Fetterman, for leading all the educators in the Commonwealth. Dr. Sandy Frederick, from Virginia Middle School Association. Melody Hackney from Virginia Association of School Superintendents. Dr. Hoffman from Virginia Association of Colleges of Teacher Education. Rodney Jordan from Virginia School Board Association. Malcolm McConnell, Esquire from Allen and Allen Law Firm. Love saying that. But they've been a great sponsor for this event for many years. And then finally, last but not least, Anthony Swan, the 2021 Virginia Teacher of the Year on the panel, who also serves on the Board of Education. Thank you so much for representing your associations in this process and lending your time and expertise for such a wonderful cause. So now it's my pleasure to, before I bring him up, every journey that a ship takes, it needs the right captain at the helm. And we've had a really tough 18, 19 months, to say the least, during the pandemic. And on top of the pandemic, the last 4 years, the Commonwealth of Virginia has just completely transformed in addressing so many reforms to healthcare, to criminal justice, to the workforce, to education. In education alone, under the leadership of an educator like Pam Northam, we've expanded access to early childhood to a record number of 3 and 4-year-olds. So thank you, Pam. Thank you, First Lady, for your leadership. We have raised teacher salaries only by 10%, but it needs to be more, and there'll be more in the next budget as well, hopefully. We got to continue to focus on that. But in K-12 education, we've really focused on the whole child approach, social emotional learning, getting more school counselors, more nurses, more social workers and psychologists in our school buildings. Being inclusive of our immigrant communities and getting more English language learner teachers in our school systems. Teaching a more honest and complete history. It shouldn't be controversial, but teaching a more honest history and really being affirming of every child and every adult that is in our school system. And then even in higher education, supporting the students in need, and that need-based financial aid has expanded in Virginia. I can go on and on and on the work that's happened the last couple of years, and it's a team effort. And this gentleman, he's so humble, he will say it's a team effort. That's what every good captain does, is that it is a team effort and recognizes everyone. But I just cannot emphasize enough that how happy I have been to work for him, because he really has led the Commonwealth and really uplifting the Commonwealth in so many ways, especially making the largest ever investments in education in the history of our state. So it's my honor to introduce our 73rd Governor of the Commonwealth, Honorable Ralph Northam.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, good evening. And thank you all so much for being with us and all the kind words that were said tonight. Thank you all for your leadership and the sponsors that are here tonight and all of the educators. I just, from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of a grateful Commonwealth of Virginia, I say thank you. Now, I would like to clarify a couple things before we get to the magic moment. The judges were announced. A very, very, very difficult process and decision they had to make. Notice I was not one of the judges. So, okay. So we got to get that straight. The second thing is, and Pam mentioned this, and I would not be standing here if it was not for my education and my teachers and my coaches and my band director, and I could go on. And I do remember them all by name, but I also remember my principal's name because I had to go visit my principal every now and then. But anyway, it builds character, right, as they say. But, you know, on behalf of Virginia, I cannot tell you all how proud we are. We as an administration, we as a Commonwealth are of all the wonderful work that goes on in our schools every day. And as Atif and others have mentioned, this has been a last 19 months like no other 19 months. And you know, Pam and I know a lot of other folks have had the privilege of traveling around and visiting our schools and going into our classrooms. And this morning I went into the cafeteria in Louisa County and thanked the workers there. And just, we don't think about how many challenges there are to reach all of our children, and as Atif said, in an equitable way, and make sure that they have nutrition and make sure they have access to early childhood education and they have access to a world-class education. And I just have been amazed, literally, as I have gone around and visited. And again, Atif, he's heard me say this before, but it takes a village. You've heard that before, to raise a child. And I just, on behalf of Virginia, am so thankful to all of you that have chosen to be part of that village. So we really, really appreciate it. And I know I'm biased, and I suspect some of you are biased, but we live in the best state, in the best country in the world, and that didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened because of great people that were part of that team that made sure that all of our children, and as I say all the time, there is power in every child, and making sure that all of these children have access to a world-class education system. So I was going to be brief tonight. I know you're not here to hear me talk, but I did, again, teachers do not get thanked. Educators, the staff, the superintendents, the principals do not get thanked enough. And so I'm here tonight to, again, to say thank you to all of you. So please give yourselves a hand. So now the moment that you all have all been waiting for. And before I make this announcement, you all want to sit down or you? I just wanted to, and Atif mentioned this, you all are all winners. You really are. And all the teachers, the educators that we have in this great Commonwealth, for the 8 of you to be standing here in front of me, I just commend you. And just want to let you know that we're proud of all of you. So someone asked me a little while ago, did I have the piece of paper? I said, I got it right here. So without further ado, I do want to present to you the 2022 Virginia Teacher of the Year. She hails from 757 from Chesapeake, Virginia. She's a 2nd grade teacher at Portlock High School. Please congratulate and welcome Miss Daphne Fulson. Congratulations.
You can do this, Daphne. Come on, you got it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so I know this is different, but I told my kiddos back at home that if I won, I would say hi to all of them. Yeah. So can I pull up their names right quick so I don't forget any of them? Oh, I'm sorry. While I'm doing that, oh my gosh.
Take your time.
Oh, I'm a crier. Anybody who's ever met me, I'm a crier. This is beyond amazing. I'm sorry. I want to pull this up. I'm shaken. I believe in the efforts of the community as well, and I know I didn't do this by myself. I said in my video that every day I have people pouring into my cup. Whew. Y'all, every day someone's pouring into my cup. And so every day when I wake up, and I'm not like the early riser, 5 o'clock person, but when I wake up and I go see my kids, it's my mission to pour into their cups. Thank you. I'm going to say all my kids' names. That was the only thing I promised I'd do. So I'm pulling up my roster in Synergy if anybody uses that. Okay. To my kiddos this year, I love y'all so much. I promised I'd say your names, so here goes. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Brian. Hi, Jaden. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Jace. Hi, Aiden. Hi, Destiny. Hi, DM. Hi, Kalia. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Camilla. Hi, Nina Lee. Hi, Maura. Hi, Harper. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Ava. Hi, Nyasia. And hi, Brianna. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for pouring into my cup.
What's next?
I don't know. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Really? Thank you so much. My principal, all of my principals, all my professors, Miss Russo. Yes, Chesapeake Public Schools, Dr. Cotton. My dad is here supporting me. Thank you so much for being here, Dad. Oh, man. Whew. I wasn't prepared for a speech.
You're doing great.
Thank you so much. This is beyond,
Yes, congratulations.
beyond this.
Yes, keep up the good work.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you all.
So please eat and drink and be merry, folks. We've got a lot to celebrate. So please enjoy yourselves, and thank you again so very much.